Hey, what's up, guys? So I got the win yesterday, and I matched up against Dacier. And I know you guys have seen his name pop up quite a bit. We've been friends since the preseason. We actually haven't matched up since then till now. Here's Dacier's stats, and these are my stats. This is where I'm at in the ranking and my points so far in Masters 3. My defense is pretty much the same, except I changed room 3 to BiFrost. I like what Skrull did there with his placement order and everything, and it was the lowest efficiency I've gotten on room 3 in a while using Spider Society. But the rest is the same, and this is what Dacier's run on defense. So as you can see, our rooms are pretty similar. He has Strange in 1, and so quite naturally I don't. I have Adam, and I have Strange in 5, and he doesn't have Strange in 5. Other than that, everything's the same. I did see his attacks, so my counters are pretty similar to his. So this will come down to efficiency, and the difference is the 1 or 2 tunes different than I'm using that he didn't use. So we'll see how this goes. So this is actually the same exact counter Dacier used, and I use it quite often. The Ultimates Kang and Cabal, when I see a Black Knight and like a huge team that is kind of calls for Cabal to be used as a counter. So I decided to go in with the basics so I can make sure that I kill the Black Knight on this one. Because going into this is about efficiency. Dacier got a very good score. I've seen his score. And considering he didn't attack my Odin Illuminati and I didn't attack his. But after targeting the Ancient One with the Iron Patriot, I target the Doctor Strange with the Namor. And so I think that helped with the efficiency here, and then just kind of clear out the Doctor Strange, get him out of there. And then now we have the Kang ult. So I just want to target Moondragon, make sure I get the permakill. I didn't, so it's one more turn here, and Ultimus takes her out. And going into this next battle has been a little tricky for me, so I'm going to have to kind of watch how this is done, because maybe I'm just playing it entirely wrong. So most guys say they make sure they hit the Sylvie on the opening move, and I've been wondering if that makes a difference. So I wanted to try again, just going into the Vol, because Sylvie takes a turn anyway. What I'm starting to see is perhaps, and what you may want to do is take a look at how Dacier does this attack as well, is when you do hit the 3 on the right, or when you're hitting that group that has the Sylvie, it appears it has a little bit to do with the dodges and the stealth, where I'm taking 5 or 6 more turns to clear out this room than he did, and then what Skrull did yesterday. So it's something to keep in mind. I don't think what I'm doing here is the best sequence of attacks, but what you'll see is that you still win going in with Spider Society. So it's just something to take note of. And as I'm saying here, just know the Spider Society wins, but for better efficiency, check the defensive part of this video as well as yesterday's video where Skrull did it, and I think you'll see how you can get a better efficiency out of this. So I wanted to go in with my normal counter here, and that's Superior 6 Vulture. In comparison, I think Dacier used the same team, except he pulled Slayer and he used Mysterio. I think both teams work, and what we'll do is we'll just kind of take a look near the end to see who has a better efficiency. But I've grown used to using this counter because it's pretty systematic. Vulture's special on the Nightcrawler, and then just taking the next couple turns on targeting the Forge until I can get them blocked. And it just kind of, after you work through the Rogue, it just kind of works itself out so that you're able to just kind of move through this team, but is really above average efficiency, so it's slightly pretty good when you look at it from that sense. But the main thing is you want to clear the room and make the best out of your Superior 6, and so I like this version the best here. So normally I go into this counter with this team. Actually, I wouldn't even go in with the Zombie Juggernaut, but the efficiency is much, much lower. And so having seen Dacier's counter, I said, well, I need to try it, but let's just try a different placement order. And so the Zombie Juggernaut is a good way to make sure that your Skrull hits him first. Now, I think what the position order that Pat, I saw him use, suggest yesterday, and Dacier used today, the thing I worry about is, I've done that before, and what Pat did yesterday is when you have Old Man Logan right behind the Zombie Juggernaut, he sometimes dies. And so I said, I'm used to having him on the end, he usually lives. The thing is that without the docking, or at least without the Deadpool, this counter plays very differently. Now here, I elected to put the target onto the Gore. I thought that might help. And probably, in hindsight, I probably should have killed the Gore, but I killed the Thanos. And I think that was the end of what I had going on here, because Gore hits my my Old Man Logan. My Panda Pool's dead, so there's nothing left for me to do. And so now it could be also that his Skrull is much stronger because he killed my Thanos, and so it just throws the counter totally off. And something you got to keep in mind is that as we're getting these tunes stronger, these slight differences in health and power, they are making a difference. Now here, this is just a sack. I just took in what I have left over in Infinity Watch and threw in leftovers from basically other teams. Get the sack, and I was kind of happy with how this sack goes because it pulled more abilities than what I thought it would as quick as this match goes. So it's just really about trying to pull the first turn abilities. And then I believe on this one, Mephisto does actually get his ult off. So I was really happy how this went. And if I were gutsy enough, I could have tried to go in and actually not double sack. But I think that's very risky when you are not sure how that's going to play out. And so what I did here is I just went ahead and sacked again just to make sure that Mephisto's exhausted. And since I had dropped that first room, I mean, that was on my mind to try it here, but I said, no, let's just go ahead and double sack. And what we'll do is we'll use New Warriors, and then we'll have Night Stalkers for room 6 to clean that up. And New Warriors has still been reliable for me. I chatted with Zero a day or two ago about it, and he said that his New Warriors failed on like a 1.2 mil or 1.3 mil punch up on the Orchis. And I had a comment on one of the videos I did, and the guy was saying the same thing. So I'm not sure if that makes a difference, because I think what happened here is really the bot summoned in the way that both guys said it would. So I'm really not sure what's going on. I guess I'd have to see those attacks, see why it's not working out. But for the most part, you can see how smooth and systematic this is. So New Warrior still works very well on the Orchis. You know, Mephisto's exhausted, so he's not going to be a threat. And you can, I feel like you can still be pretty safe using this. After a double sack, or if you just see probably a 1.5 mil or less Orchis, if you have like G19 New Warriors. And so here are the Night Stalkers. This is just for the cleanup. I'm not too concerned with how it goes. I just want to make sure I clear the room just for the sake of not having to try to go into it 3 times or actually failing on this room as well. So that's why I saved the Night Stalkers. And there's a thought here that maybe Night Stalkers could have tried to one-shot this room. So if I see it again the next time around, I think I will try Night Stalkers with Black Cat just to see if it has a chance to beat it, because then I would still have the Mercs and Apoc if that were the case.